Welcome to the shit show.
Tom, it is the All Elite Wrap-Up. Well, it's dark in the studio. Let me take these cool Outrunners shades off that you could probably get on AEW's shop website. What is it? AEWshop.com?
ShopAEW.com.
ShopAEW.com. You could probably still get these, or if you go to an event like we will be going to in St. Louis in October,
Yeah.
you'll see us on the floor because we're ballers.
Yeah. Going to Wrestle Dream. We went to the first one, going to the third one. You know?
You went to the first Wrestle Dream.
No, we did. That first Wrestle Dream was Danielson, Will Ospreay, and then Swerve won the title.
That was Dynasty.
Oh!
But same place.
Same place. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. So
Yep,
now we get
were
Wrestle
there.
Dream.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We were at the first ever Dynasty.
Yeah.
The same place.
At the-
yeah.
At the granddaddy of them all, the Chaffetz Arena
Mm-hmm. Come
St.
on.
Louis, Missouri.
Yeah. Yeah. This time around, we're going to do the VIP experience. So if you have done the VIP experience in the past, write us and let us know, or send a video or, audio clip. I read through kind of what you get, but I don't know if that's ever accurate. You know what I mean? Not to say that they're a lying organization. I'm just saying generally things change.
You get 15 minutes alone in a room with Cutie Marshall.
Oh my God. I'd be like, Cutie, we apologize. We've been trying, and I know you've been on.
We forgot the equipment. Man, we were going to bring that shit.
Yeah.
We forgot the DAP recorder, man. Fuck.
Yeah. We'd get a photo, but both of our phones are dead. So, I'm so sorry.
A new phone.
Yeah.
I don't know how to work this thing.
Yeah.
You know?
And don't sign anything, because then it'll be suspicious. No one will really know what the signature is. So don't sign anything either.
Yeah,
but,
just don't even.
Yeah, but next time, Cutie,
Next time.
we got you.
No, we don't want to get your camera either. No, we don't. Cutie.
You know who it's going to
our
be.
biggest fan.
Well, you know who it's going to be. It's going to be old Slapnuts. It's going to be Jeff Jarrett.
Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't you love that? Would you tell him?
Piss off then.
No, I'd say, how much is gold going for these days?
By the way, do you know the price of gold being traded?
That would be the first question I'd ask, and to see what he says from there. Fucking
Like, listen,
slime
we
ball.
were thinking about offering you a job here today, Tom, but that comment.
I'm like, good. You should be you're a bad person for hiring that fucking guy.
Tell
I'm
him.
gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna steal your weed.
Yeah. I will say this. You shouldn't judge anyone by their worst moment. However, when you make a calculated multi-step decision to swindle and deceive other people, that's when I'm like, that's a little bit harder to forgive. You know what I mean?
Speaking of worst moments, Hulk Hogan died today.
Hulk Hogan did die.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan died today.
Yeah, he's dead. 71 years old. That's when it ended for him. So,
Sorry, I couldn't help that transition there. You just set it up. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, worst moment.
yeah. I get it.
And, I'd say not to make light of it, but I also know there's a whole bunch of people who don't see this guy as deserving of not being made light of in this moment. So, heavy conversation, I guess, around that in the sphere.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard because it's kind of the same thing that most people have had trouble with other controversial characters or people in the spotlight. Michael Jackson, for example, and R. Kelly, things like that, where it's like you love the thing that they provided you, right? In that case, it was music. In this case, it was pro wrestling. And you may love that. And then the human, right? You're like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? So that's where, separating art from artist, all of that. I will say, definitely towards the end, in more recent history, he didn't go by Terry Bollea. He was saying Hulk Hogan, and everyone was cool with him saying Hulk Hogan. So that kind of made me go, oh, the Hulk Hogan character is a MAGA? Then not my guy anymore.
And I mean, look, it makes sense. There are a bunch of people in the 80s who were rah-rah pro-America, and those people now, if they're still rah-rah pro-America, are, you know what I mean? They are what they are. So that fits, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, so there's that conflicting thing. And I told you this offline, but I'll share it with the folks here. I mean, for 20 to 25 years of my early life, Hulk Hogan was the biggest star in wrestling, and arguably still the biggest name to ever exist in the professional wrestling world, at least in the mainstream's eyes, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could argue maybe The Rock fits into that area these days, but like worldwide, knowing who everybody knew who the fuck this guy was and what he was, and I mean knew the character, would say the lines, everybody could do the thing. He was a pop culture icon.
Yeah.
Terry Bollea proved to be quite an asshole of a human being in many ways, and so like it is rough, you know.
Again, and this is where like it's hard to define people and put them only in one box because, and that is true, that some people see him and think horrible fucking person. I will say, and again, we don't know his motives when he was doing these things, but before John Cena, the person that made the most Make-A-Wishes was Hulk Hogan. So like, you know what I'm saying? He was taking time out. And again, I'm not trying to say or defend. I'm just trying to say for everyone where he did something stupid, like say things on a sex tape, he would also do Make-A-Wish stuff. So, right, like you're trying to understand it. Now that all aside, Terry Bollea, right, we'll put all that to the side. I want to speak about the character and how it pertains to pro wrestling. I've always felt that since wrestling has become modernized, right? The 70s is when I would say. 70s is when it started to today. There was always two people.
When it took it out of like being only in hidden barns and shit like that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Took it out of the circus.
Yeah. In the 70s, you could argue it was Dusty Rhodes or Harley Race or Dusty Rhodes or Terry Funk, right? The 80s, you had Ric Flair, you had Hulk Hogan. Then the 90s, you could say you had Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. Then you had Rock. I mean, you
still had Hogan Austin. Then too.
Well, yeah. Well, that's 90s. What I was going to say. Well, you had Rock and Hogan, all the stuff, right? But the two in the 80s that I mentioned, to your point, I think have transcended pro wrestling and are pop culture icons, right? There's people who will woo and not exactly know what they're doing. And then you say Ric Flair.
They know what Ric Flair is, but don't know anything about wrestling. You haven't seen Ric Flair wrestle ever.
Right, but you know that's
know
Ric
what
Flair.
He is.
Yeah.
Right.
So him and a Hulk Hogan, right?
Yep.
Everyone doing the ear thing, right?
He epitomized America in the 80s. I mean, he was a complete cartoon caricature of like what people wanted to be and present themselves as, for sure.
Well, and I always use the litmus test for myself on how popular a wrestler is when you ask someone who only has heard of pro wrestling, be a pro wrestler, right? And that's why I always say Macho Man is top 5 most influential pro wrestlers of all time, because everyone that does it does a Macho Man. Like they're doing a Macho Man, but they're also doing the ear, right? The hand behind the ear and all of that. So I would say, again, going to who he is, obviously you could argue who's the most popular or the best WWE of all time, pro wrestler of all time. Cause you got John Cena, you got Stone Cold, you got Hogan, right? But Hogan was first, right? There was no one before him. So he kind of blazed that trail. The thing I think people don't realize, at least in my opinion, that I don't think he gets enough credit for is he also was revolutionary as far as, well, I'm going to challenge that, right? So the WWE with him at the helm became the number one thing. All these little, regional promotions went out of business because they came into your town and they had Hogan and Piper and all these people, right? But then once that thing became so big and it was the number one game in town, he took a phone call from Ric Flair and was like, yeah, I'll join WCW. And you could argue if he doesn't join WCW, neither does Macho Man, neither does Kevin Nash, neither does Scott Hall. They don't get
that they catch.
All of those people. And he was the one, like you said, when I was mentioning those people in the 90s, he was also still relevant with the NWO. You know what I mean? That's the other part I think he doesn't get enough credit for.
I would say relevant is a bit of a underselling it too. He was the biggest star in wrestling at that moment because of the NWO.
Oh yeah. And that's what I was going to say. The thing I don't think he gets enough credit for is when people always say, who's the greatest of all time? The thing that I account for when trying to think of that is, can you do something other than your bread and butter, right? Like if you can't do anything more than your bread and butter, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who I love, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is great, but he was a babyface, right? Yeah. And he always played the sympathetic babyface. Rey Mysterio, right? Another perfect example where you're playing the same song. We love the song, but you're playing the same song, so we don't know how many times we want to listen, right? But with Hogan, he did all of your what a babyface is in the 80s. And then, yeah, the NWO was like, oh, I'm also the most hated guy in pro wrestling. I can do what Rowdy Piper and all those guys did as well. So I don't think people give that enough credit. He did it both as a babyface and as a
arguably did it to a level
that
you could say was better than anybody to have done it. So is especially at the time he was doing it, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean I agree. To wrestling for wrestling's sake, Hogan is a character that it's kind of like the Babe Ruth effect that like people can break any record.
Yeah.
But it's still like he still just holds that spot because like you said, did it first or was like the first to do it on the grand stage and do that many things and be that big of an influence, right? That also comes with some negatives of its own. I mean, people had a lot of things to say about how bad his influence caused problems, right? I mean, he's definitely a controversial character for a myriad of reasons, and even was at the time when we were kids. I'm sure the adults at the time that followed could tell you all kinds of sorts. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, and I would have thought if you told me 20 years ago, the day you find out Hogan dies, you're kind of going to be like, oh, okay. That would have shocked me, right? Because he was that influential then. I think, knowing what we know now about the person behind him and all the other things, that it felt to me like I had a similar situation with a grandparent that I lost where they died almost a decade later than they mentally weren't there anymore. You know what I mean? So when the death came, it was kind of like, yeah, that is all sad, right? And we're reflective, but like I came to terms with losing grandma a decade ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I already processed that like Hulk Hogan isn't a, you know what I mean? A Messiah-like figure when he walks in a room to me. It's more like a, oh shit.
Right. Or when his name is brought up.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, because growing up, I think I've told this on Spanish Announce Table for sure, maybe not on All Elite Wrap-Up, but growing up, my parents were going through a divorce when I was 3.5. They were overworked and overstimulated, so taking care of me was kind of a shit, guess I got one more thing to do. So a lot of it was, hey, here's the television. And I gravitated in 1987 or whatever it was, 88, to Hulk Hogan. So he got me through a divorce, right? Like, while this noise behind me is happening, I can look to him and he can body slam King Kong Bundy or whatever, right? Even to the point where, I have a photo somewhere. I can probably, it's on Facebook or something if I get back into that. I drove in a rainstorm from Kansas City to St. Louis to the public library just to meet Hulk Hogan. Damn near went sideways twice with my car. So like he was a huge deal for me. And again, Terry Bollea really fucked that up. But then I started having a harder time, as I mentioned, separating it when it's like, well, no, you're not saying Terry Bollea now, right? When he's at the Republican National Convention, he didn't say coming to the stage, Hogan, Terry Bollea. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't like that guy.
And I was talking with my boss and more of the like, even Terry Bollea, the guy, played the character, right? If we say like all the things he did do that makes him an asshole and a person who deserves every bit of admonishment he received for it, what he did also do was at a time when Vince McMahon said, I believe this can be taken over by mainstream pop culture phenomenon. I need a person who can be something people can latch onto. And as my boss said today, he was a guy who made me feel like anything was possible in life, right? He delivered on that.
Oh, yeah.
He delivered on that, knocked a fucking grand slam out the park. So, again, conflicting feelings about this death, I guess.
Yeah, and I would say, going back to the last thing I'll say, just because you had mentioned that, a lot of people also like to say, well, Vince put all the stuff behind him. It could have been anyone. Well, it wasn't, because at the time you had plenty of other choices, right? You had Jimmy Superfly Snuka. You had, not to say Coco Beware, but you know what I'm saying? You could have grabbed Dusty
Macho Man.
Rhodes.
You had Andre, but he was dying. But
you could have had Dusty Rhodes. You could have had Terry Funk. You could have grabbed Ric Flair. You could have grabbed anyone because money was king, and still is. But you know what I mean? But you picked Hogan. And that one,
you heard
took
about
you to
this
the
kid,
top.
the Dingo Warrior.
Yeah,
yeah, man. And here's another thing too that I will say. We have a certain privilege that makes us not the scorn of some of the shit the guy said. That makes us probably view him in more positive light than others might want to. You know what I mean? I understand why some people don't give a shit about anything he did.
Right.
And they're warranted in that feeling. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, it's a feeling, right? Like if you feel differently, as long as it's not completely unjustified, like I don't like him because he was 6'6". Like,
Yeah, no, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, but if you're like, hey, he said some shit about my people,
Yeah.
I understand, and yeah, he is an asshole for that.
Yeah.
You know, like I agree
Exactly.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, let's stop talking about assholes and let's talk about AEW, because it was kicked off by a non-asshole, probably the best human in pro wrestling as far as we know, and I don't want to know any more if it's wrong. Okay? Don't tell me anything. I don't want to know yet. Not ready for it. But we get walking down to the ring here in Chicago. We're doing a double dip at the where are we at here? We are at the
we're back at the
Byline Bank Aragon Ballroom.
Aragon Ballroom. That's right. The
Aragon.
granddaddy of them all.
Granddaddy of them all. Looks like it should be in San Antonio, but it's in Chicago.
Yep.
And Hangman kicks us off,
Albuquerque.
and he's walking down, and he's
That's
like,
AEW Men's World Champion.
"Hell
Hangman.
yeah!"
It's rightful owner.
Uh,
Like, say, you got the belt if I got the belt.
Yeah, what is that?
minute.
Could there be more than one?
Is this another CM Punk situation?
Is it Santa Claus? But he comes down to the ring, but before he could even get there, Renee says, "Hey, what's up with you still doing this Death Rider thing?" And he goes, "Did you not see what they did to my pal Colt Cabana?" Which,
Yeah.
shocker that you did it to Colt Cabana. Now I know we're in Chicago, so maybe we're trying to get a little bit more.
Yeah, I know. But also, I do remember sitting on the Collision, and I was like, they're going to run with Cabana. I was like, I guess he'll be fine at commentary. I was like, I guess it's a decent fit, and they're in Chicago. And then they start hanging him, and I was like, oh, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, now I get why. Yeah, we didn't want to string up Ian Riccaboni.
Right, yeah, or do another Christopher Daniels. Like, it makes more sense if it's
a guy who will sell the shit out of this for an extra bonus.
Yeah, but people will automatically, it's a shot at CM Punk. Shut the fuck up. It's not. It's in Chicago. But he says, I'm going to punish Yuta for what they did to Colt Cabana. And Renee was like, okay, cool. Like, great. And then before he could even get to the ring, you hear, "Hey, Seabiscuit."
Yeah.
And MJF walks up. And again, I want this defined because maybe I can figure it out myself by kind of context clues. But here's MJF. He says, I'm glad we're face to face. I want you to know that I'm going to beat you for my world championship, and I'm not going to do it with this. And he holds the contract. So what? I don't get this contract then.
Yeah, then why did we give him this contract? Like, now I do like the thing of Hangman saying, "You're not going to goad me into giving you a shot. You're going to have to use that."
Yeah.
Or you're going to have to earn it like you would otherwise. He goes, "But we know you don't got the guts to do both." And so I like that. It's like, no, you're actually the scared baby bitch.
Yeah. But with this contract, so I guess I need to just be treating it like it's Money in the Bank, right?
It is, yeah. And Money in the Bank, you could do the same thing theoretically. You could say, and I think somebody did once, where they said, "No, I'm not going to do it at a random moment. We're going to do it Sunday at
it was whatever." Rob Van Dam. Yeah, Rob Van Dam was the first one to do it, and he said at the ECW One Night Stand, Cena, "I'm going to kick your ass."
Oh, was that the one where he won it? Yeah, when he was like, and look, this one, like when he talked about. It was one of the best moments in wrestling when he was like, had both belts, and he's like, "I got to have one." He was like, "I mean, this one has a lineage. I fought and died for this one for 20 years. Some of my greatest mentors held this thing, right? Like, blood has been shed over this one. And this one spins."
Yeah.
He's like, "This is a tough choice."
Yeah. Because, the thing I would think you could do, Athena or MJF, is, challenge the champion. When you lose, which most likely you will, low blow them, and then use your contract, and then do it again. And then
that's my thing is like the next shot you get, does it absolve that?
Yeah.
Because like MJF, what if they had another battle royal tonight for an immediate shot? Like, does he get to him?
Right. Yeah. So we need some things ironed out here. But
what if he won a fatal 4-way for the number one contendership at the next pay-per-view? Does that count as his cash in?
Well, he'd have to kill him because you said it was fatal. So fatal 4-way. I don't know if
Well, he
wants to
kills
kill
the other
people.
3. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So,
or at least
unless
one. If you kill one person, then you win the fatal 4-way.
Yeah. There it is.
Right.
I always love that.
What if they
Fatal
revive
4-way.
him on site? Do we restart the match?
I don't know. Did you see that guy in prison had a heart attack and he was pronounced dead for like 4 minutes, and then he came back
sentence.
and he's like, "Hey, I served my life sentence."
Life sentence.
Like, did you?
I mean, yeah.
If you're gonna put me in this box because of a technicality, then I'm getting out of this fucking box because of a technicality.
Yeah.
You assholes. Yeah. I have no idea what he did, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it was great to see MJF and Hangman face to face. You know, alluding to things coming up, I guess you could say. But we didn't get there tonight or last night. But as mentioned, what we did get is Hangman versus Wheeler Yuta. Yuta sucks. And this was an ass whooping, right?
Yeah.
We kicked old Yuta's ass. And I thought the most interesting thing here was he then puts the chain around Yuta's neck and he's going to hang him like he did Moxley. And he stops and he essentially says to him, maybe I'm paraphrasing, but really kind of what he said is, "Do you notice no one came out to save you?"
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that?
They'll never come out to save you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Give a shit
brother.
about you.
Yeah. So what'd you think? What do you think of the match? What'd you think of the kind of end? What's your feelings on Hangman moving forward?
I thought, until later, which we'll get to, that this was a way to help clean break Moxley away from Hangman and have the Death Rider story now come about Yuta finally realizing how this started. You know what I mean? Was they're fucking with this guy, right? And they don't really value him. They're using him. And that's all he'll ever be is their slave, right? And that's where I thought we were going until later. I guess I'll just save it there, right? I thought it was all great for that.
Well, yeah, and we still could. The thing that
Sure.
I believe would be interesting is if we did decide to go with that at the same time that Yuta's trying to get Statlander to join the group. Remember how he's like, "Hey, it's so much cooler over here," right? If he does
she could be like, "Bitch, what are you talking? I just saw you questioning him." He'll be like, "Look, we have rough patches. Our brothers will work it out."
They were on the phone, okay? Like, you expect them to end a phone call to then come and save my life?
What I've learned after working alongside Moxley is that sometimes I misunderstand Moxley, and that if given time to explain, right? Like just full Stockholm syndrome, right? Like battered wife syndrome. Yeah.
And then, just hammer home. Come on,
If
Statlander.
I would have reframed the question in a better way, it wouldn't have angered him. Mm-hmm. She could be like, "Brother."
Right? Like that. And then we have these examples of people trying to tell Yuta, "No, brother."
Let me tell you. Let's get RJ City to watch some movies about this kind of concept and write up a little screenplay. It could be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I could do it too, but yes, he could as well. He has a track record. If
like,
anyone
I'm not
tells
gonna do
me
it
the
for
address,
free. So you got to send me a check and then we'll start writing this thing.
Yeah, you just send me the address. I'll send them like 15 ideas I got.
Hey,
Anyhow,
listen, I can send it to Jeff.
Yeah.
Send it to Jeff on LinkedIn.
Yeah, all right, I will. I'll get it all written up and send it to him. Say, hey.
Send it right over there. I'll connect.
Yeah.
We'll have a little virtual coffee chat. Yeah.
The best. Yep. That's on brand for us.
You know, the CEO that got caught cheating at the Coldplay concert, somebody said, you just know there's going to be a LinkedIn post where it was like, I got caught cheating at a Coldplay concert, and here's what it taught me about B2B sales.
Yeah.
God damn it.
What I've learned is that the success of your customers is a journey of self-reflection. Just
Here's
like when
exactly.
looking at my photo going, oh, that's me. Better go. That's not who I am.
In customer success, we know the success of a customer relies on accountability. That's why when I...
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Okay. So let's
we know the lingo, Tony. Sign us up. We could be
Come
EVPs.
Easy.
Tomorrow.
Easy.
Be an EVP tomorrow. Just give me Chat GPT and a pencil, man. I got this.
Yeah. Just give me a shirt on my back, and that's all I need. You know what I mean? All right. We go backstage.
Hot dog, pal. We're good.
Yeah. We go backstage, and Athena and Billy Starks are talking that shit and saying, Tony, you're going to get your ass kicked.
I haven't seen much of this Billy Starks Athena charisma between each other. This is good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. They're good. And yeah, they do like kind of like an army thing where who am I? A minion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All that
like
stuff.
spouting out like it's a pop quiz, right?
Yeah. And so pretty good stuff. Again, nothing too crazy. I think it was more, as you had mentioned, for anyone who wasn't checking out Ring of Honor, hey, this is who we're dealing with. Here's a good.
Well, I like that they even point out, because she could win a title shot at this. She's like, so I'm going to beat her. And she's like, no. Like,
yeah,
you're going to just
beat her up.
Yeah, you're just going to beat her up and let me come in. And she's like, oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Totally. Yeah. All right. So then what happens after that? Well, we go to a commercial break and we come back and we get our first in-ring action, or I guess our second match, but our first tag team match of the night. It's FTR versus Jet Speed. Now, this is for the AEW World Tag Team Championship Eliminator Tournament. The winner will face the Hurt Syndicate at Forbidden Door. And in this match, FTR defeated Jet Speed. Kind of feels like this is going to be FTR's tournament to win. Yeah?
Yeah, well, and especially with what we get, a little later here too. But yeah, So I don't hate this idea of like, you got a title and for the next pay-per-view, you got a couple weeks to book and you don't have a storyline and you would just be throwing one together. A tournament works, right? I wouldn't hate it. This is how we determine number one contender a lot of times.
Love it.
Right?
Yeah.
And it mixes people together in otherwise matches that you have to come up with some reason, right? So fine. Jet Speed worked together as a tag team well. I'll say that, right? Like they...
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very
in
good
ring,
wrestlers.
watching that match, very good stuff. They seem to know each other well. I don't know that I'll ever yet have a reason to be like, I really need Jet Speed to beat fill in the blank, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I feel like we're kind of maxed at the ceiling that we're going to get out of him.
I agree. Unless there's some character work, right? Like the thing that made us care about Adam Cole and MJF wasn't that they were wrestling well together. It was these promos and it was this, hey, I was actually never a friend of anyone's and all that kind of stuff.
I have seen Mike Bailey is laying into online when people show clips of somebody fucking with his foot because he's barefoot, right? He's always pervert. They should lean into that. People should always be staring at his feet and be like, hey, my eyes are up here.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Harley, my eyes are up here. And then she could be like, but they're so well manicured. I know.
Snitsky cameo here. Yeah.
I still think, again, they do work well as a team. And I know that TNT championship right now is kind of, I don't know exactly what we're doing with it. But Kevin Knight
I agree with
would
you.
be a good TNT champ.
Also, so this is an 18 tournament, and I'm just trying to think of, do we got 6 more teams for this? I guess we've got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got Ass Boys.
Yeah, they're right. The Ass Boys are back.
Outrunners.
You've got the Outrunners, and then you've got, I was just thinking of a team that just dropped from my mind as we started talking about them. The Crew. Right?
Crew. Gates of Agony.
Yep. GOA.
GOA. You could do any team of Don Callis, right? You could do Takeshita and Josh Alexander, right?
Yep.
So there's another one.
Yep.
And then your final one, could be the Young Bucks, right? They just try to get in there and say, we want some money again, something like that. Okay, tell me what you think about this last part. So after FTR wins, Tony Schiavone comes into the ring to do a quick little interview, and Stokely's talking his shit. FTR is kind of being, silly.
Stokely's doing a good promo here, actually.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Good shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But Adam Copeland comes out, and Stokely essentially is like, hey, you remember? And Adam Copeland's like, I do remember, but I got someone who wants to hurt you, and they hurt people. And then here comes
people.
Yeah. And then here comes the Hurt Syndicate. Now the Hurt Syndicate, to FTR's credit, they're like, all right, let's fight. They didn't run away, right? They're just like,
yeah, but they also did they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You can tell they're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They weren't ready they weren't like, oh, okay, bring it on. They were like, oh, fuck me.
Yeah. So they fight, and it looks like the Hurt Syndicate got the better of the exchanges. But what do you make of this handshake between Adam Copeland and MVP?
Yeah. So here's what I said last week. I feel conflicted with the Hurt Syndicate because when I see MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin, they are presented as a face group. When MJF is involved, or say just MVP and MJF, it's presented as heel. And maybe that's where they're going now as we get more of this later, right?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that was part of it to help transition them fully to some faces or something. Maybe we're going to get there, but.
Well, let's talk about that. So again, Hurt Syndicate looks like they get the upper hand. Again, FTR wins in this tournament. If Hurt Syndicate are already kind of interacting with them, it feels like FTR is going to win this, but we'll get there when we do. We go backstage though, and MJF is like, hey, where was everyone when I had my little face-to-face with Hangman earlier? We're trying to get my championship. And Bobby Lashley's like, I didn't want you in this fucking group, you know?
Yeah, he said, I ain't here to do shit for you. Is paraphrasing, yeah.
Right.
Gave him the thumbs down. Said, I don't want you in this group. You're out.
Yeah, went back to the thumbs down. And then Shelton Benjamin and MVP were like, yeah, I think we're going to go with Bobby. I mean, that's kind of the look they gave him, right? So what did we do all this for then?
They were like, no, honey, you can go home. I'm going to stay at the party here with these guys.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, oh, shit.
But you know what I mean? Like, so we're already, what did we accomplish?
Well, so two things came to mind is, A, maybe they said, what was a good idea in theory? It probably isn't got a lot of legs long term, so let's cut it now so we don't have to fucking find something weird to do later. And this fits, right? The whole time Bobby was like, we can't do this, guy's not to be trusted. And they were like, come on, Bobby, just try it. And he's like, you see what I was fucking saying? And they're like, you know what? Maybe you're fucking right. So they could do that. Or, as I was just kind of conjuring, maybe the plan was get this for that exact thing, and that'll help turn them full face when they fuck over MJF and thereby help Hangman out of a bad situation or something, right?
So, yeah, the thought I had is, okay, we're going to do this is he in, is he isn't kind of in the group thing, and it's going to culminate when MJF is going up against Hangman.
Yeah.
And Bobby Lashley's like, whack him. Now, the swerve there could be, you know, MJF low blows Hangman in the championship match. He goes to like do his finisher. Bobby Lashley comes down and is like, let me hold the chair. And they're like, oh, he's going to turn on MJF. And he's like, nope, actually I'm with him. Boom. And then hits Hangman and is like, this guy fucking rules. And everyone's like, what? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that, yeah. MJF could take the title, which everybody would thunderously boo and hate all of a sudden. And he could be like, you think that was real?
Yeah.
That's how good of an actor Bob is, baby. Right?
Yeah.
Like, get this man an Oscar.
Yeah. And that's where we could go, you know?
Yeah.
Even to the point where, like, if you wanted to get really fun with it, you confuse MVP. He's like, what the fuck? I thought we were going to not be. So,
yeah, even Shelton and MVP would be over there like,
yeah.
Brother, for real? And then, Bobby and MJF are hugging and just like best friends, and they're going to be like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, because you could get them all in the ring, right? And they're all celebrating, and you could have like MVP take Bobby to the side to where like the camera can hear it, you know? And he's like, so we're not kicking his ass? And
yeah,
like,
be like,
no!
oh, this is for real, dog? This is a shoot? Yeah.
I thought we were going to beat him up. No.
Like, no, man, it was playing all the time, man. We just didn't want too many. Yeah, we just didn't want to tell you, so you know what I mean? You didn't have to worry. It's all good, babe.
Could do something like that. But yeah, I think this is going to have something to do with the cash-in or whatever they're calling it.
Of that, right? We think this is the moment Bobby finally like hits MJF, but no, he hits Hangman, and MJF takes that title soon from Hangman. Holy shit. Like, holy shit.
And if they keep the group, I think it's because, you know, one of the kind of calling cards of MJF is if you want to wrestle him, you got to go through all these things, right? Remember the 5 pillars of Jericho?
Now we get Hangman going back after, and they got to go through the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, but you got to go through the Hurt Syndicate, right? So you got to go through Shelton Benjamin. Then you got to go through Bobby Lashley.
I didn't put him up against MVP one time. Just fucking,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. MVP, then Shelty, then Bobby, which, he could
but
throw
then the Hurt
Hangman
Syndicate.
around. Yeah.
That's the last thing I would do. So you beat
all
Shelton,
of them.
you beat Bobby, then you got to face the tag team 2-on-1. And then if you do it, then you can come beat me up. You know what I mean? Because that's when a tag team could help out Hangman, and now we've got a tag team to go off with Hurt Syndicate, right?
True.
You know who that team should be?
Outrunners.
Oh, that would be fun. But the Dark Order.
The Dark
Anytime
Order.
a cowboy's down.
Well, Johnny Hungy up in there?
Yeah. He needs his Dark Order. Wouldn't that be the best if he made amends and they're like, yeah, we're the best friends again. I love it.
No, it'd probably be the fucking Young Bucks trying to be faces.
Yeah. Hey, they like us now.
We
No,
learned our
don't.
lesson. Yeah.
No.
We're sorry, guys.
No. You're not likable. The reason I like you is because you're doing what you should be doing.
Because I don't like you.
Yeah, because I don't like you. Yeah, don't
The
be
reason I
likable.
like you is because I don't like you, all right?
Yeah. Come on. You know
Don't
this,
you
right?
get it?
Yeah. Tim, let me know
Everybody
what you
knows
think.
that.
Let me know what you think of this new name of a faction. Backstage, we see Nick Wayne alongside his mom and Kip Sabian, and they're like, hey, we're going to be going out. We're uncaged. What do you think about the team Uncaged?
Yeah. Fine line if it ended at the line. If they're going to call themselves Uncaged, I don't know that I like it.
I think they are. I think they're gonna be called
Uncaged is a fine name for a faction. Not when the whole premise is because it's we got rid of Christian Cage. Because now you does feel about him, right? Like it does feel like, so I don't,
I don't like the name at all.
Yeah.
It sounds like those No Fear t-shirts come to life.
But like if the Paragon just named themselves that, it's like, okay, fine, whatever. It's a you know what I mean? You'd be like, okay, fine, whatever, right? If the Undisputed Era became Uncaged, you're like, all right, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
It
I
is
just don't
what
like the name. Yeah, but it sounds like a tap out shirt. Like,
well, and the thing here too is like to me, okay, but you're a tag team, right? Because Mother Wayne's not. This isn't, you know what I mean? Like, she's just the leader, right? Like, she's not getting in there fucking, we're not going to have an intergender trios match here, are we?
I don't know. Maybe.
Mother Wayne do an elbow drop?
Yeah. Yeah, she does she does a leg drop since Hogan's dead. Now she takes over the finisher.
What about a tope suicida? Has she got, that's everybody's favorite move in AEW, right?
Yeah, no shit. But yeah,
a super kick and a tope suicida.
Yeah, so they're like, hey, we're gonna back it up.
But to me, it was like I almost for a second I was like, shit, did I actually start last week's episode? Like, because it was the same thing,
right? When you do this kind of stuff, and I get it that Nick Wayne and company are centered around Christian Cage. Christian Cage wasn't on TV, but we don't want to forget about them. Then have them push someone down. This is where you can utilize John Silver, right? If John Silver is walking backstage and Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian beat him up, that gets them a quick match to just keep them busy, and it establishes something other than we're uncaged. Like, you got such a, not bloated is the wrong word, but you have such a large number of talent that kind of hang out. They can do this kind of stuff.
The whole thing is like, it just, the whole phrasing of it, right? Again, it might have fit better if it was last week during your whole thing, but this week it just felt anybody, even if you were inclined to like them, right? And they went, and we're uncaged. You go, yeah. So now what? What does that mean? What are we going to do? Are we right out at dawn or what? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Announce that you're in that tournament. That could have been the thing. You got to have some action item though. Yeah. Just to talk is kind of wasted TV.
Because you gave me nothing like, and next week you'll see, right? Something. You got to give me something.
Yeah. Speaking of, you got to give me something. Now, we did get this paid off at the end, but after that promo, we have another promo, and it's the cool Death Riders promo where it's like made by, I don't know, Quentin Tarantino or something. And he's essentially, John Moxley is like, hey, I lost. That's fine. I'll probably lose again, but you're going to avoid a rematch with me, aren't you? Because you're a bitch. We all know you're a bitch. You don't even ride horses. You're a bitch. Fuck you, Hangman. And
I think that was verbatim. I'm reading it right here. That's what it said.
Well, and then old mumble mouth behind him, Marina Shafir, she just was like Das Vidania or whatever the fuck. Like, have you noticed she tries to like do like I speak other languages and yeah, the other guy in your group speaks 6, okay? Like that ain't your talent, right? Like I don't know what the fuck you think that's cool about. God, she's so awful.
I'll even say this about Claudio is like I'll give it to him when he does it. It sounds more menacing, right? But I don't know what he's saying, and so I'm just kind of like, I mean, yeah, you sound menacing, but like you could be reciting a nursery rhyme for all I know.
Telling me what you had for breakfast. Yeah, I don't fucking know. Yeah. But yeah, she's just because then the last time she talked, all she could say was to Hangman is "You're a pussy, a pussy, a pussy," and it's like,
yeah, the whole thing like with especially going back to the using of like foreign language here because it sounds more menacing. If I'm in the kayfabe world and I'm the other person on the end of your ire, I am either already scared of you or I am not. So you just saying words because you're again, it sounds like you're overcompensating now because you're choosing to sound something that you think sounds scarier. Maybe you weren't so scary to begin with. Right? Yeah. Like it's kind of counterproductive if that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, Jon Moxley essentially is trying to say, hey, you won't give me a rematch, and I think you're a coward for it.
Bitch. Yep.
Yeah. Then we get more talking. I guess I didn't realize how much talking we got because the next segment is Will Ospreay. He comes out and he has some sad news, Tim. He says that he's got, what was that, slip disc, right? He's got 2 slip discs.
Two that are, going into a spinal cord. But hey, when is Forbidden Door?
Like in a month.
So this is not like...
The only reason I thought he did this is because if he can't, right? I don't think they want to do a thing where, hey man, we'll definitely have him at Forbidden Door. And let's just say he starts a feud with Juice Robinson. He won't, but you know what I'm saying?
But it's at least explaining why he's gone for the next several weeks, right?
Yeah. And if it's hey, let's do a program and we get to like the week before and he's like, I still can't feel my hands. Well, now we're pissed because it's like, I bought tickets for Juice versus Will Ospreay. And it's like, well, we can't do that. That's the only thought.
I forgot, it is in London. So they can't just kind of like last minute expect to drop him in. They have to say like, he might be there. We hope he's there. Yeah. Yeah, man. Cause at first I was like, oh shit, that's a lot. And I thought, oh man, he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah.
And then he was like, but I hope we're back by Forbidden Door. And I was like, motherfucker.
That's the next one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, not to underplay. I mean, like, hey, look, great that it can possibly get resolved that well, that quickly. That's awesome. And I don't want to like make light of an injury that he's clearly suffered here. But yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. You gotta say it, right? You can't keep. I get the point that he said. I want to get us over the finish line, and that's cool, and that makes sense. And it would have felt weird if he had to drop out of that storyline. But I will also say, you were probably the least needed person in all of that. But you were there to kind of tie Swerve back into Hangman, to introduce them to talking to each other, if that makes sense.
And this is where I want pro wrestling to be a little bit more kayfabe. Last time I saw you, you got your fucking neck crunched by a chair. If you're herniated disc, have a fucking come on. Like, hey, on. I'm legitimately, and now, hey, he could legitimately have 2 herniated discs, but fucking let me think it was because of the chair shot.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Too many.
Yeah, just say they herniated 2 of my. Like now I gotta go, but I'll be back, you filthy swine, right? Whatever.
Well, because he still says, "Death Riders, I'm coming for you," right? So it's not like he lets them off the hook. So like, come on, like, guys, I get it. We're all trying to act like pro wrestling. I'm in on the joke too and stuff, but sometimes I don't want to be. Just fucking,
Well, when it makes more sense to not be, like, they injured his neck last time we saw, so that's the storyline. You don't have to say, I was working with a hurt neck.
Yeah, I don't.
And then they also hurt it. Like,
no, bullshit. Don't like that. But he wraps up and he's like, hey, Hangman, I'm glad you're my champion. Swerve, I love you. And then he goes and walks, and here comes Swerve. And Swerve and him are like, yeah, we're the best friends everyone could want to be, right? Here we are, Ebony and Ivory. We are the world, huh? Cody solved racism so we can be friends. Huh? Look at us right here, Swerve and Ospreay. We're not even from the same country. Yeah, it's
exactly.
international too. Yeah. Thank God for
a
Cody.
coalition.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all spearheaded by obviously Cody,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where we would be right now if Cody didn't make that speech.
I know. Thank God. You know all the great things he's doing. I mean, last time I heard about Cody Rhodes, he was singing Happy Birthday to America before a Trump rally. That's a fact. That's the last time I heard his name.
Hulk Hogan died today.
Hulk Hogan did die
Hulk
today.
Hogan died today.
Yeah. He was friends with Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder where they probably traveled to. Maybe an island. Maybe not.
So, we were talking about the Hogan thing earlier, and show of hands if anybody would be surprised if these Epstein files get released and Terry Bollea's Hulk Hogan's name's on that motherfucker.
Not even in the slightest.
In fact, I might be more surprised if they aren't.
If I, this is bad, but who cares?
If you had to bet.
Well, no, what I'm saying is if Trump, who's on the list, if they say Trump traveled with and name like groups, if there's not a pro wrestler on the 15 trips he took, I'd be fucking
McMahon's
shocked.
Name is
Vince,
in these,
Flair,
John Laurinaitis
Hogan,
is on these
John
things.
Laurinaitis. Yeah, like if he travels with a group, it has to be some pro wrestler in there. Dennis Rodman, one of those guys. Anyhow,
fucking Vince McMahon is on that list, right? I haven't thought of that in a moment, but like Vince McMahon is on that. Is in
has
those
to be.
papers.
Oh yeah, has to be.
Can we get them soon?
People still watch that fucking program. Anyhow, we get more talking. God damn, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, so how'd you feel about Swerve coming out before we move on? How did you feel about Swerve coming out? Ospreay, massive ovation. Yeah.
I did notice this week was kind of one of those, like where you've mentioned before, like the person who came out is now the next up for a match. And so like we're kind of eliminating the hard breaks on a lot of these things, right? They're kind of flowing into each other. Obviously I didn't know that at the moment, right, as he came out, but I thought fine. This just kind of felt like, again, at that moment, I was still stuck in the like, man, you gave me what sounded like you were giving me I might have to retire speech and then told me you'll be gone for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, brother, like, okay.
Yeah. Don't know if this really warrants it, but I understand. The only thing that I got or that I could understand is, hey, we don't want to piss off London, because apparently they're bringing All In back to London. And so it's like, if they fuck them on this, how well they're going to do the next time. So that's the only thing I could think of. But
okay.
All right. So Willow Nightingale is backstage with Renee. And what do we do here? Willow.
Well, she alludes, because she was like, yeah, things ain't been going. You didn't win the $200,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, yeah. And she was like, and all the stuff with the Death Riders, right? And kind of gave her the look. And she's like, yeah, I think at some point that should be addressed a little more, right? Like, I know you traveled the road with this guy and you like lay down at night in a motel room with him, and you see him trying to actually kill some of the people that like I thought you liked.
Yeah.
Do you guys not have a conversation about this? Are you not asking him why? Like, do you not? You're complicit in this at some point.
I do think that there should be a female talent that takes her to task, because on the men's side, it's obviously Hangman, right? Hangman is the number one, and Eddie Kingston to a certain degree. Remember when
Moxley, he gives her an honest conversation.
Yeah, Moxley beat up someone and took him to the hospital, and Eddie was like walking out with him, and then he turns around and Renee, it was like, Eddie, I just want your thoughts, and he's like smacks the mic, and he's like, no, what's up with this? And she's like, hey, okay, all right, sorry. But I do think that there should be a female talent, maybe Willow, that it's just like, hey, thank you so much for the question. Why are you psychopathic? Because you're smiling with me. Yeah. And you saw what happened last week, and it was your husband who did it.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't we used to go eat brunch together a lot? Like, what the fuck, man? I thought we were friends. And your husband.
Cancel it. Yeah. Or cancel it. Like, hey, we're not going to continue to go to brunch if you can't fucking take a stand against your, like, 1 week we get it. He's a little crazy. That happens. But like, it's been a couple months now.
You're not in yoga club anymore. All right.
Yeah. You're not in the book club anymore. Yeah. I know we finished the book, but you're not going to know what next month is. So I guess that sucks for you.
Yeah.
Enjoy your microphone.
No more hot yoga for you. That's it. They all go do hot yoga in every town.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not coming with us anymore. No.
Yeah. Break a sweat by yourself,
No,
bitch.
you go do cold yoga. All right. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, do it in the freezer.
Ew. Go do regular yoga like a poor.
Yeah. Ew. You probably sit in the nosebleeds at Wrestle Dream. Ya pores. But what do we get? Oh, so she's just talking her fun stuff, right? Willow's like, this is the best. This is the best.
How many people can we call poor when we're in St. Louis?
Anyone not sitting in her section?
Yeah. Like, yeah, look at the pores.
Yeah. High five someone, like, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
You know.
Hi, pores. Yeah, like wave, and when they reach out, be like, no, not like that. No, ew.
Yeah, treat it like it's the zoo. Like, throw some peanuts. Look at them. They're going for them. Like, we'll always go for some peanuts, aren't they?
Some Reese's Pieces. Just kind of shaking them out. Here you go.
We could put the $5 bill on a fish string, and then, like, when someone goes to pick it up, we'd pull it back. Aha! That's ours. Okay, what did we get here, though? Basically, Willow's like, hey, Toxic Spider, you want to fucking fight? I'll fight you.
Yeah, I forgot that was the point of this, because she's like, hey, Tex.
Yeah.
She kept calling her. She's like, fuck you. Let's ride.
It feels interesting because I feel like Tekla now has done 7 things in 2 weeks, because she debuted in that Battle Royal, right?
Yep.
There's a Battle Royal.
Yep.
Then she took out Jamie Hayter first, right?
Yep.
Big clothesline. Haha, gotcha, bitch.
Yep.
She hasn't been seen since. Then we have her pseudo being friends with Megan Bain and fighting Anna Jay and all them. Then she gets into like a really, blood feud with Queen Aminata. And now we're just moving on to Willow. It's like,
well,
storylines you got.
Did we get the backstage pre-video after this or before this? I forget, with the trio.
Oh, yeah. So we get the trio of them. What are they called? I already forgot.
I don't even think they gave a name. I think they were just kind of like, ooh, we're spooky and evil. Watch out.
I think they did, but I didn't write it down. Damn it.
Oh. I didn't catch it if they did.
But yeah, they're the spooky, triangle of twats
spooky
or whatever.
goth high school girls.
Yeah. We listen to Korn. Ooh, we're so bad. We listen to Korn. Freak on a leash. That's how I feel in society. Freak on a leash.
You'll soon know what it means to be on leash.
Yeah. I'm uncaged. It's like, that's the other group. Oh, fuck.
We're the submission sorority. No, you can't do
Nope, I can't do that one. Can't do it. Yep. Sorry. That's fun. All right. Where are we? Then we talk about MJF. And
we're Epstein Island. Nope.
Nope. Here we go. We get the title eliminator for the women's championship. Toni Storm is taking on Billy Starks. We got to see Billy Starks wrestle in GCW not too long ago.
And I also like that Athena watched this from that little balcony thing they got there.
From the little, is it a balcony or is it called opera seats? What is it called?
Something like that. Yeah, it's like, but it's the biggest. So that whole venue, that top level is that, but then there's that one like centered, which is, they probably, for certain things, they probably sell that as like a high-end suite or something, but.
I saw it, so I'm not going to act like this is my idea, but I think me and you should do it. They should put the 2 old guys from the Muppets that sit in there and then just like, this is fucking dumb. Like,
we did try to sell the local wrestling org on doing it. Be like, let us do that. Like, we'll be the Spanish announce table, as we were called then, right? Like, we'll set it up over there and we'll just be like, the 2 old grumpy fucks.
I think they should do it. And you could even say they're cousins of Excalibur, so then they also wear masks, right? Everyone in Excalibur's family wears masks.
We're about to say some shit that we can't have people knowing who the fuck we are. Not easily. And you need to do some research to find out.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? Is like if you had Excalibur, because they would be the commentators, right? Like that's where he got it from.
That's microphone and fucking hot dog, and I'll do this all night. I will shit talk your guys all night.
You could say it's Excalibur's grandpas, right? His 2 grandpas from his mom and his dad.
It's Excalibur's cousins. He's like, by marriage.
Yeah.
Like, still counts.
Yep, still counts. Why are you wearing the same mask as me? Oh, really? Oh, I didn't even know.
Listen, we forgot to bring ours, and so you just had the extras. I just thought,
You went
is this
through
your
my
fat
bag?
one? This one feels a little loose.
Yeah. But yeah, so we get this match, as you mentioned. Athena is up there sitting in the balcony, doing a little overacting. A little
Yeah,
overacting.
a little bit.
We didn't need all of it.
Well, and what bothered me was like she kept worrying about her losing the match, but like you told her not to really care about winning, just beat her up.
Yeah. Beat her up.
Match outcome doesn't matter. Beat her up.
Right. And Starks and Tony Storm, they have a good match. It's not as one-sided as you may think, but one thing I did want to bring up is when Tony Storm is doing the cross-face chicken wing, she calls it the TCM chicken wing, Turner Classic Movie. Isn't that great? That's how you do it. That is the synergy that you need.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of synergy, side note, did you see all those commercials for Darby Allin about to, I don't know, kick flip a shark or something?
Yeah, I think what he's going to do is ride a shark or something. Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do down there.
Does he need
He's
a
going to
hug?
floss a shark. That's what he's going to do.
He just needs a hug. Let's just get him a hug. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe some medications, but like a hug
Someone
would start.
someone needs to hug him, and then as he cries, you just wipe the paint off of his face, and you're like, "You're okay, Darby. It's okay.
You're enough.
Yeah,
Darby, we value you for you, Darby.
Yeah." And that could break him, and he's like, "I don't wrestle. I bake cookies." And we're like, "What the fuck? We needed that guy a little bit."
I just want to dance.
Yeah. Yeah. Traded in my skateboard.
Now he's
For
opening
some
the show
fancy
like a
shit,
Nitro girl.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Tony hasn't hired us yet. God damn it. I fucking really don't know.
Look, we would have made Rampage watchable. I tell you that much.
Yeah. Dark would have been better if we were.
Dark would have been better if we fucking gave us that. So Tony Storm picks up the victory over Billy Starks. Then Billy is like, "Hey, we ain't done with this rodeo." Throws old Aubrey Edwards to the ground, then says, "Athena, come here, come here, come here." And Athena walks down, and they're really about to fucking murder Tony Storm. And then here comes Windsor. What do you think about Windsor?
I think she
Alex
looked okay.
Windsor.
Like she looked fine and looked like a credible competitor in the moment. Now they did say she's challenging, right, Athena, so that's why she's here. But I also like, if I'm challenging somebody else and they're getting themselves in this thing with this other title, like, why do I give a shit?
Right. I've never understood that. I'm going to help out because in a week I fight him.
I mean, I guess if we explain later that they're friends from the past or whatever, then fine. But like, I thought just like, fine, I guess. They did get an unprotected case shot to the head there on Tony Storm, didn't they? She didn't put a hand up, nothing.
Yeah, she said
those things have jagged edges, man. That's dangerous.
Yeah, she put her head into it too. She's like, "Huh? You like it right
sliced
there?"
her open.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all. But what was good was our next match. We get Swerve Strickland versus Hechicero. And I never noticed until this match how much Hechicero does the fucking... I know he's done it, but then after Swerve made fun of it, I could only see him doing it, and he did it every single time.
The thing that I saw Hechicero do that I don't think I've ever seen anybody do is like so he did the drop down spot and Swerve goes running over him. He just grabbed his fucking leg and just brought him down. I was like, Hechicero's cooler every fucking time I see him.
Yeah.
Love this guy.
I like it. And that's smart, right? Like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Get down
I'm
here.
going nowhere, motherfucker.
Yeah. But we get a disqualification. So makes sense, I guess, if you're going to write it down on paper. Swerve is going to be
going. What else
going
we get is Don Callis telling everybody he needs to practice his Spanish because he said, "I am Hechicero."
Well, and then what did Excalibur say? He said, "Are you trilingual?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, because at first he was like, I believe Don Callis just said he is Hechicero, but Spanish needs some work.
He's working on it. He got the first word out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hechicero is going to be facing off against Bandito. You got Swerve that's going to be facing off with Okada. So you couldn't have really one lose because then it would suck for the rest, I guess. Swerve losing still would have been fine, right? Especially if it's shenanigans, you know?
Yeah, you know what? I'll say this. I like this idea. I would have never thought, if I was sitting down, I was like, we need a feud here. I wouldn't have thought, oh, we should put Okada against Swerve. But this is going to be good stuff.
This is one of those things. Now, I know Swerve has had matches with the Young Bucks, obviously, recently, but I still don't think of him in the all friends wrestling group, right? Where it's Okada and the Bucks and
The All Bullet
Hangman.
Club
And,
wrestling.
yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
he's not in that, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And so it was cool just aesthetically seeing a guy from out of that bubble with Okada. So that's what I think will be interesting is who wins that kind of, because that's the other thing too is we gonna have Okada just beat everyone forever? Because someone eventually has to beat him.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody gonna take that title? Would it be Swerve?
I mean, Swerve having a championship that takes him away from the heavyweight title picture, men's heavyweight title picture, I think is smart. So yeah, having him do this, wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't hate it at all.
Yeah, we still got to change that title name, though, because, okay, so let's say Swerve wins it, and then a couple weeks he's on Fallon, right? And they say, or whoever it will be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what title is this? And it's the Unified Championship. They'll be like, what did it unify? Well, so it unified the Continental.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man.
You can't say United States, right? Because that's probably trademarked by WWE. You can't say North American because you already did that. Oh, NXT has it. North American Championship.
It's called the Elite Championship or something. I mean, you've got, I don't know. It sounds a little lame. I don't know. We might have to think on that, right? I'm not saying I've got an answer.
You're right.
But I'm saying,
I was thinking the first name is Rampage, but to honor the past show. But then, the Rampage Championship, it doesn't sound that great. But we definitely
you can't call it the
Unified.
International Continental Championship. That doesn't sound good.
No, that was really bad.
And you can't call it the Intercontinental Championship. So multinational championship. But again, doesn't that mean world?
Yeah, it does mean world.
Doesn't that mean world?
So we got TNT and TBS. Oh,
Max, the HBO Max title?
Yeah, Max Championship. Who's the Max champion? Now
that feels like that should be the meat champion right there.
Yeah. Because then Max MJF, he'd be like, that's my title.
You have to max the bench press record to get a shot at the title.
Would HBO be the HBO Championship?
I mean, it could be the HBO Championship because it's HBO Max again, right? That's the name they're going back to.
Yeah, so get rid of Max because we already got MJF.
Yeah, the HBO Championship.
Yeah,
TNT Championship, the TBS Championship, the HBO Championship.
Where could I watch this show? Well, here's our 3 champions.
Yep. Then if you get a secondary women's, then you make it the Max Championship.
Mm-hmm. Or Discover or whatever. Yeah, because they own 10 million other things.
Or the Shark Week Wrapup.com Championship.
Yeah. The Shark Week champion. They dress as a shark for 1 week out of the year.
Did we not get Shark Boy? They were parading him around like he was going to be there. Why didn't we get him on TV?
They did?
Maybe he'll be on Collision.
Maybe.
I thought I'd seen him on some shit. Maybe he was just in town fucking with him and that wasn't AEW sponsored.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. All right. Hey, we get some clarification.
Shark Boy for Shark Week.
Yeah. We get some clarification on some demands. So as you mentioned, they're not Gates of Agony anymore. They're GOA.
It's Ricochet and GOA. That's what
Ricochet and GOA.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how they're
all in their vests.
Yeah.
No shirts.
They won the 200,000. We look like bartenders on
$200,000 still can't afford shirts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't. If I looked like Ricochet or the other
guy. If I had
guy,
abs like that, yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Looking like Chippendale dancers is what they're looking like.
I'd punch you in the face if you tried to make me wear a t-shirt.
No shirts allowed. Like,
yeah.
Bitch, look at me.
Yeah.
I know you mean that for that guy, not me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want a shirt on this.
Behind me? Yes.
Yeah. You don't want a shirt on this. Nobody wants a shirt on this. Anybody want me to put a shirt on right now?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's like, put a shirt on. Everyone's going to wonder what it looks like. So why don't we just, get past that step? And here it is. Now, can I get a McFlurry?
Yeah.
Anyhow. They are gonna wrestle.
Hold on. I feel like we just wrote a scene for Ricochet.
Yeah.
He's arguing. All you see is him. He'd be like, put our shirts on. What are you talking about? Look at us. You wouldn't wear a shirt like this. Anybody want us to put our shirts on? And nobody says anything. Look at that. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. You mean that for the fat slobs, not us. Oreo McFlurry, please. And then we just like see the McDonald's person like, Jesus Christ.
I didn't even say anything. It's just a sign.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't even care. Yeah, that would be fun. I think here you go. So Ricochet and GOA, they're going trios, right? They're going to be going after the ops, you think?
Maybe, but I get a little bit of the feel that like we're going to hit heavy that Ricochet views this as guys helping him, right? This is his.
But he wants gold.
Lackeys.
And the easiest way to do it is if they fight in there with them, you know?
I do like at the end too where he was like, yeah, and I look good. And I look good. Just he's so unlikable. It's so great.
Yeah. It's just like the
insight
Young
to the
Bucks.
type of people we are. Look how smiling we are and how despicable this guy is.
Just the worst person. Yeah. After that, MJF then
in pro wrestling, in real life, we don't like people despicable like that.
No.
But in the pro wrestling, that's what's great. You get to enjoy that.
In the fun fantasy land.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We know that Kane didn't get burned alive when he was a baby, okay?
Should have.
I know.
But
there was one person. Could have been you.
Don't know when innocence was lost there, but maybe not at a baby, but Jesus.
The worst. Hey, so MJF is like, hey, I don't need Bob to be a champion. So fine, whatever.
Yes, he didn't try to make amends here. He didn't try to say there was a misunderstanding. He didn't try to no-sell it. He said, I don't need that fucker.
Yeah. And then he goes, all scorched earth on Hangman. He's like, you call me a coward. You're a hypocrite. You won't wrestle me unless I put this contract. That sounds like a pussy to me, you know? And then before he could say anything, Mark Briscoe comes out.
Mark Briscoe looked like he just got done working on his car in a garage that was too hot. Like, why was he sweaty and dirty already?
Maybe Tony Khan was having some car issues.
Maybe, man. Yeah. I don't know.
I didn't take a look at that for you, boss.
But, yeah, again, fine. But then he's like, I want to get in the ring with you. Like, man, you've been in the ring with him several times here over the last couple of weeks, haven't you? Like, I kind of feel like we got to wrap this up.
Yeah. Or I guess it's starting, but I don't know what it's. Here's where
I do like that he hit Jay again. He was like, he deserved my attention. You.
Here's the thing is, we saw both the same report or whatever that MJF wants a program with Mark Briscoe. They want to work together. So it looks like maybe
I don't disagree with him. Mark Briscoe could probably do more than he does, right? He could probably
this
be a
might
more
be
intense
awesome.
character. Mm-hmm.
But as I mentioned last week at the end of the Dynamite, it kind of feels like this way again. Who's dancing with Hangman?
Well, but also, why does MJF have 3 dance partners? Right? So we've got the Hurt Syndicate story that we're telling with him. We've got the Mark Briscoe story we're telling with him, and the Hangman story that we're telling with him.
And if you want to get wild, Mystico. He still took that motherfucker's mask.
And his own internal struggles, right? We're also leaning into a la Hangman. Like, he's got his own internal problems that he's not admitting to himself.
Mm-hmm. And Hangman is just the champion. Now, again, we'll get to what happens at the end of the show, but I don't think that that's long term. We'll talk about what we may think after that. But, so MJF crosses the line. Briscoe's like, you're a bitch. And we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah. It's kind of how I felt. I was like, all right, more of this to follow. And again, I think it will be fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun. But it didn't really...
I just feel like we did it already. I feel like we did it already. And
yeah, we already got the pickle chant and all the stuff. Well,
and I don't think, I'm under no belief, I would bet totally against it right now, that Mark Briscoe wins this feud. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't...
Excuse me.
Yeah. Take a drink of your team, whatever there. Team...
Teal Town.
Oh, Teal Town. Yeah.
The current.
Current up Royals. Or whatever they say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
I keep seeing Jason Sudeikis. He's right around the corner from me.
Yep.
Oh man,
I thought I read that next season too is going to be based around like a women's team, right? Like the lady buys a women's team or something. So yeah, they'll probably infuse the current in many ways.
Yeah, they've been recording on the plaza for the last couple days. I tried to go to fucking Gates, the one that I took you to. They're filming in there, so I couldn't
Not the
even go
gates of
there.
agony, but
No,
the gates
no,
of
Gates
barbecue, as it were.
Which, if you don't have your fucking order ready, it will be agony because they will fucking ride your ass until you figure it out.
They were like, "Fucking
Yeah.
what, man? Keep this
Say
line
it.
moving, bitch. Go.
Yeah.
What you want? I'm gonna get fine. You're getting burn-ins. Fuck it."
Yeah, because for anyone who has not been there, the trademark Gates experience is they will loudly, as they're doing 10 other things, say, "Hi, how may I help you?" Now, if it's your turn, you say your order.
Yeah.
If you don't, they don't hesitate to skip over you. Guess you can't do this. You're not ready for the challenge. Next person. They do not care. And so it's a little bit of like Ed DeBivix in Chicago, but it's not meant to be like funny. It's just meant to be like, we got a lot of shit to do.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
a staple of this city. So fucking come on, you know?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I love it.
Yeah. It's one of those like, it's fine if you still need time, but get the fuck out of my face.
Get out of line. Get out of line.
Yep.
Second you get in line, you better know what you want.
Yep.
Speaking about knowing what you want, Mark Briscoe defeats Claudio because that's what he wanted. He wanted to defeat Claudio. I like this match. What did you think?
I thought it was fine. Yeah, I thought it was fine. It's also, like we said, Mark Briscoe could be built up as a more everyman guy with a little less comedy shtick to him, right? A little more rough around the edges, get behind me for the blue collar man kind of thing. And beating a guy the size and the chutzpah that comes with him of Claudio is great for that. I think, you know what I mean? Not too big of a name where it's not believable, right?
Right.
And I thought fine. But again, does this come with a Death Riders thing? Is there more to this, or is this just a win for, Mark Briscoe?
Well, and also it's interesting because it's a win over Claudio, but it's not a win like in a tournament. So like, remember when Darby Allin beat Will Ospreay? That actually happened. But because it was in that tournament, we kind of just was like, well, there's no story. So I guess, we'll get a proper match later.
It happened, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Mark Briscoe beating Claudio, though, outside of a Continental Classic where it's like this round robin thing, I thought was also done really well. This was also your main event for the night. So I thought that was interesting, putting Briscoe in that spot as well. And after he wins, you know what's going to happen. Death Riders are going to be like, we're going to beat you up. We don't like that you hurt our feelings.
Yep.
Punch, 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 punch. And then here comes the champion. I'll say this about this last part. Briscoe is getting beat up. I love you, Hangman. You're my favorite pro wrestler.
You just
why are you
to say
walking?
some words?
Yeah, why are you walking down with a microphone? Like,
yeah.
I thought
Where's
he'll
your
figure it
chain
out.
that you had earlier?
Yeah, he'll figure it out. And so that was the only weird part is like, oh, so he's just gonna talk? Like his friend's getting beat up.
He came down there to say something to Moxley, not save Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, which kind of felt weird, but whatevs. And yeah, he gets
I'm saying it's 1A and 1B, but
Yeah.
1A was say something to Moxley. Had to get that first. I didn't know how much time we had left on camera, and so
got to make sure next week is captivating.
Yeah, Tony
You'll
said
be
so next
fine.
week.
Look, you already got a concussion. You can't get a second one. We all know
You're a
that.
tough guy.
Yeah, you're tough.
Had worse accidents than this at the chicken farm.
Yeah, but what Hangman says here is he gets right into Moxley's face, and he says, "You don't think I can handle the pressure, but I can, you pussy."
So he said, when you said, I don't want Texas Death Match, that was false, and you knew it was false. But when you said, I can't keep doing it, I can't keep getting up, and keep bringing it, I believe you believe that's true.
Yeah.
And now I got to show you it ain't. And okay, so fine, but man, I feel like this is venturing us into territory that could fuck up the aura that the Hangman win had here, right? Like, you're not going to outdo that ending spot in that match for this feud, right?
And I don't think, now, who knows, right? I don't think you could also get any crazier, right, than a guy having his back dragged through glass.
And it feels like, so now now it feels like we just established that Hangman still has a mental hang-up about Moxley and the Death Rider. Like, he's got something to prove to John Moxley. What more do you got to prove to John Moxley? You made the man fear for his own life and give up to you.
Mm-hmm. Here's the interesting part about next week that I'm honestly the most interested in is he says all of what you said, right? And then he says, so next week, me and you, he goes, this time you're the challenger. So you're going to play by my rules.
Yeah, there's that.
And he says, no one's allowed. No one here is allowed. And then he says that you're going to play by my rules. And then he goes, I already know the answer is yes. And just walks off. That part was cool. They're like, I don't need to ask you because I know it's yes. So like, let's just fucking cut that part out of here and I'll take off, Yeah, I think it's interesting because no one's allowed, right? So essentially you're going to get a one-on-one match. I think what they should do to really fuck with people's heads, make this as best as you can, because they're both athletic, but as best as you can, a Dean Malenko versus, not Rey Mysterio, but like a mat based, right? A William Regal versus Dean Malenko match. You know what I mean? Where it's all this like, and you do like real wrestling, no fucking punches or anything like that. I think that'd be funny to really fuck with people.
Yeah. Tom, outside of AEW, we haven't referenced this yet on this episode, but we didn't do a special thing because, neither of us really had the time to do this, but this is the 12-year anniversary of the first episode of a wrestling podcast that we ever put out.
Oh, yeah.
Is right today.
Hey!
Now, what I don't know is if we recorded the same day and I got it up, or if we recorded the day before or whatever, but like it was available. You first heard our voice talking about wrestling podcasts 12 years ago to the date. And Jesus, man,
Hey,
what
guys.
do you think?
Yeah. Hey, Tim. So what I thought about that reversal was I didn't think Big E would actually do it that early in the match. And so after he gets the body slam on Fandango, I thought that's when we end the match. But you know what? Fandango kicked out. What'd you think, Tim?
What a crazy tour we've been on. We'll say that. 12 years of wrestling. The folks we've met, which is a thing, to shout out. Like, there's been listeners since day one, and there's listeners that might just discover us today. Part of why we do this is to have fun with you guys, right? Talk to us, hang out with us, right? Chat with us live, send us stuff.
Yeah,
you part of it. I said part of it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, it's true.
Listen, part of it is you guys being there so we can talk to somebody. At least in Tom's eye.
Yep, that is true. Yeah, because we've got so many crazy things. We had a sponsor for a while that got us floor seats at a Monday Night Raw back before we knew that Vince was a complete psychopath.
Yep.
We had
countless names.
Friend of the show, owner of the Comedy Club of KC, Dustin Kaufman. His wife brought us a cake for our 100th episode. Remember that?
Yep.
A Spanish Downs table cake.
Yep.
Yeah. We've had all ups and downs. You got a degree. You got another degree. I think you got 2 degrees, right?
No, just the 1 degree.
What's the coding stuff that you did?
Oh, yeah, that's a certificate. That's a
certificate. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, you got that. I've almost died.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The employability of these 2 gentlemen has certainly changed over these 12 years.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the spider incident. If no one knows what we're talking about, what happened is I got bit by a spider in my apartment while I was sleeping. I woke up that morning, noticed a little bite, and I was like, that's weird. And it was a little puffy. And I was like, hey, things happen. You get puffy, fine. And I was like, I ain't fucking dealing with it. I was getting hot. I was getting like 101 temperature. And I was like, fuck, this is weird. Yeah. And I was like, fuck this. I'm not letting a spider beat me. And I remember we came into the studio because we used to record it in a radio studio for those who don't know. And I walked in and you're like, Jesus, you look like shit. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, man, like, you okay? And I was like, I mean, I guess I'm a little puffy.
I knew when I met you very early on, I was like, oh, this person lets the intrusive thoughts win and just says what's on his brain too. We might be friends. We might be enemies, but we might be friends when it's all said and done. And I remember that, like, I was already early, like, enough to tell you, like, Jesus, man, you look like shit.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with
bad.
you? And 2 things stem from that. You said, nah, it's fine. My aunt's a nurse or something like that.
Whatever,
and you were like, she gave me some ibuprofen to take. And I was like, dog, that's not enough. And you're like, yeah. And you're like, and actually it's expired, but it was only like a year ago. So that's fine. I was like, brother, you need to go to the doctor. No. And then because of that, it spurned. You said at the time I was trying to find other ways to make money because, I was a poor and working at the radio station. And you said you should do the guinea pig medication studies.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And you were like, no, I have a friend who does this.
Yeah.
And you were like, and the worst thing that ever happened to him was like for like 2 weeks, he couldn't feel his hand like that. And I was like, you are a shitty salesman.
No, it was awesome. He couldn't feel heat. He could put his hand over a fire and he couldn't feel it. Yeah, it was awesome. It was so much fun.
This is not a good sales pitch to do this.
You're gonna be a fucking superhero and make $4,000. Like, you know what I mean?
Go to the doctor, okay?
Yeah.
The real doctor.
Yeah, so I ended up going to the doctor. 2 times the doctor said this could have been fatal. That's when I was like, oh, because like first time she was like, I don't want to make you like nervous, but this could have been fatal if you went any longer. Okay, sure, yeah, like a fucking toothache, And then
Not a kid.
Yeah. And then like maybe like 5 minutes later, she's like, yeah, so this was fatal. And that's when like she made eye contact with me and I was like, oh
yeah. Because I remember like you were swollen to the look. I was like, no, man, no. Yep. You're having an allergic reaction to this.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I kill every spider now. I don't like to kill things because that's mean, but I kill every fucking spider. I don't fuck you spiders, you little bitches. You almost killed me.
I've got an irrational fear of spiders that make me think I'm like, did I die of a spider bite in a past life or something? Because like I fucking nope.
Yeah, I'm actually, you know what, not to go too far off the talking track that we're going down here though, Sunday, or excuse me, not Sunday, it's gonna be Friday. I'm picking up a spider plant to get rid of, it fixes the moths and all that shit, so I'm getting a spider plant, so fuck those spiders, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Dude, you know what else I'm doing this weekend? I'm going on a pub crawl, acting like I'm in my 20s, with Vinny Pasquantino, Royals first baseman.
How the hell did that?
Yeah, Sunday at 2:00. Isn't that cool?
Man.
Yeah.
How did you don't know Vinny Pasquantino?
I don't, but I'm going to do it. Well, yeah,
no, he's doing it. I'm just going to go there. I'm just going to be like, hey, I'm Tom.
Yeah.
You've probably seen me on the All Elite Wrapup.
Yeah. Obviously, you've heard my stories on Spanish Announce Table.
You know of the spider bite. You know of the Dolph Ziggler interview.
Yeah, you know of the Big E interview. You know of the Mick Foley interview. We interviewed one guy. Weirdly enough, he went by the name Punishment Martinez. I don't know whatever happened to him.
What happened to that guy?
Yeah.
We interviewed a guy named Dean Ambrose. Don't know what happened to that guy?
Yeah. Yeah, man. He was intense.
Still, one of the best moments of this podcast was getting told by the radio station that we fucked him because we interviewed Dolph Ziggler too long and he had advertised that all morning and then they fucking ghost him. They're like, no, we got to get to TV. Sorry, those guys ran too long. And we were like, and he literally, as he walked out the door, he's like, you're not even a real show here. It's like,
it's a real show to us.
Sorry, man.
See ya.
I tell you what, I know I'm still here 12 years. I don't know what the fuck that guy's doing.
Yeah. Not here. Not on the fucking YouTube podcast of the All Elite Wrap-Up.
Yeah.
You bitches.
So 12 years came, and I'm assuming another 12 years is going to come. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going to keep pushing forward. As long as AEW's here, I've got mine to keep going. I'll say that. We might not have made it 12 years.
Honestly, we wouldn't have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when we took a hiatus, if AEW doesn't come around 2019, we probably do something different. We probably still talk to each other, but it wouldn't be about wrestling.
Yeah. No, but I remember you distinctly being like, dude, I don't want to talk about them anymore. I don't like watching it. I don't want to take the time out of my day anymore.
Yeah. Because
I'm just going to only talk about AEW. It's like, all right, fine.
But even predates AEW. I remember when we were doing Tweet the Tables, and I can't remember who it was. It was a very nice person. It was one of our regulars who's, I don't think they talk to us anymore now because they suck. But
very nice person.
Very nice person. But they were like, hey, so Seth Rollins' trunks have went from black and yellow to red and white. What do you think that means for his character? I was like, I don't give a fuck about
It
someone's
means
pants.
nothing for his fucking
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was when I was like,
Yeah, we
all
went through an age where I think you tried to make sure we had no listeners.
yeah, that was fun. You don't fucking like it. You're going to fucking like what I said.
But we
Yeah.
do want you to chime in. Hit us up, alleatrapUp.com. You know, all the links are there. We're on the Blue Sky skeeting. I think neither of us were there last night because we were both busy. Some shit happened, but
I got a herniated disc, so I couldn't even
Tom's
look up.
in pain. I was busy out of the house for most of it. I had to watch it later. But we're normally on there live skeeting. AEWrapup@gmail.com is our email where you can send us something, write it out, audio call, video, send it to us. That's AEWrapup@gmail.com, not AEWwrapup@gmail.com. That's a mistake some people make, and I'm sure that's where all the 20 plus calls that we should have had this week went, was they sent it to the wrong email. But again, it's AEWrapup@gmail.com. And Tom, you got anything before we head out of here, man? You want to say anything?
I'm just excited I'm excited to start the next 12 years with you. You know, we're going to have so much fun.
All right.
I will see you next week, dumbass.